There is a red flag in the job market that you don't necessarily see when the monthly government report comes out.
The overall unemployment rate is 4.3%. In the last year, it's barely moved. But take a look at what's happening with black women. Their unemployment rate has jumped to 6.7%. In tonight's Question Everything, why are black women losing jobs at such a high rate? WBZ's Courtney Cole shows us experts are blaming three factors.
Tell me when you were laid off. So formally as of April of this year.
Fajani Cadet's experience is all too familiar right now. A highly educated black professional who's now unemployed and worried about her future.
The anxiety of the uncertainty of what comes next.
Cadet was the director of diversity and inclusion for a global research and advisory firm. And that's one of the factors behind more than 300,000 black women leaving the workforce between February and April. Corporate America's retreat from DEI.
Welcome back to the channel. Before we go any further, this is not a bashing session. So for you men out there that hate on women, keep it moving. This is not the channel. For those of you that are from a different hue, keep it moving. This is not what this is about. This is about folks losing their jobs, and the story particularly focuses on black women because of the large amount per the intro is very, very high in this cohort. So now that I got that out of the way, for all of you that might be sensitive about it, let's try to focus on what's going on, why, and then provide some solutions for these folks that might be dealing with these trying times. Because, but for grace, so go I and you. So don't gloat and be happy about these things. Let's learn from them so that we can all, if we're going through this, have a way to deal with it positively or try to prevent something like this from happening. My name is Robert, and on this channel, my goal is to simplify the home loan process. I'm able to do so because I'm a lender, 20 plus years, NMLS license number 180100, and I bring videos like this and incorporate what's going on with home ownership, how to maintain a property, or to help you decide if that's something that you want to do, because everybody does not need to own. Let's continue with the story.
It's been really disheartening.
Abba Taylor is the president and CEO of YW Boston, an organization dedicated to creating more inclusive work environments.
Long-term career women in the federal government suddenly just being told they need to go for no reason.
She highlights a second factor, small businesses cutting back.
Small businesses are really being impacted by the tariff policies.
And the third factor, the layoffs in the federal government. There are more black women working for the federal government than in the private sector.
This is a 5-alarm fire.
That's why Representative Ayanna Pressley is using this letter to voice her concerns to Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors.
What I'm calling on the Fed to do is to collect the data, to analyze the data, and to come up with a plan. 300,000 black women have been pushed out of the labor force in the public and private sector, and that is a crisis.
She wants a response from the Fed no later than September 30th.
Black women have always been an economic indicator. We have been the canaries in the coal mine. So it is advantageous, and economists will support this, for us to better understand exactly what is happening to black women and then do something about it.
Okay, so DEI, small business contraction due to tariffs, and then the restructuring, the downsizing of a lot of federal agencies. I think all of those are valid reasons to the number of black women being negatively affected as far as the workforce is concerned. You can put down in the comments if you agree. And if you don't agree, don't just say I don't agree. Let us know why, so that we all can grow if we're in error. But to that point, very devastating. And another caveat to that is not discussed is black women are the most college educated when it comes to those with degrees. and the debt that comes with it. For those of you that might be experiencing this, really want you to know and understand you do have a lot of education. Things are changing. And as you pivot, rely on all of those experiences that you've had and expertise, and start thinking of ways how you can translate that out into the market, either into another position, or if you're doing something entrepreneurial on your own going forward. Now, some other things that I think you should do: if you do have student loan debt, make sure you reach out to your servicer as soon as possible to find out what type of forbearance procedures or opportunities you might have available to you until the time that you can right the ship. When it comes to creditors, your mortgage, if you have one, again, reach out, let folks know what's going on so that you can start the process of protecting yourself, tapping into those programs that might be available, and don't feel less than. Now's the time to put pride to the side, because we all have gone through things. You see what I'm saying? And the sooner you are able to do those things, the better you are as far as having a clear mind to be able to move forward. For those of you that are still employed, I think the takeaway is this: do you have a budget in place? Now is the time to really look at those things. And this is something that we all should have, but let's be honest, a lot of us don't. And so now is the time to go through, audit what's necessity and what's, what's want, and get those things in line. And then make sure you have 3, 6, however long of a runway you can have, so that when things like this happen, you're not stressed out and you have time to think, because that's the key. You got to have a clear mind so you know how to pivot. And those of us that have belief, you can hear what the Spirit is saying and not what your flesh is saying. And so you can move into all truth, if that makes sense. Let's move forward.
YW Boston isn't waiting for the federal government to help. Talk to me about the role that YW Boston plays in addressing challenges that Black women are facing in the workplace.
We have a lot of programming coming up this fall to kind of focus specifically on women of color, Black women and women of color, including another webinar in October that focuses on women of color in the workplace. And so what is the status? So it'll be a continuation of this conversation.
Taylor tells me they're also working on putting a leadership program together for 2026. As for what's for cadet,
you spoke to me a little bit earlier about being able to pivot and repurpose.
Yeah, I think right now it's helping organizations, as I mentioned, tie DEI principles to org effectiveness work. People are dealing with so much disruption now, societal, political, technological disruption, and right now organizations need leaders who have met the moment and can really help lead through change. And so right now I'm looking for different opportunities that are going to be more broad in integrating culture, learning, and employee experience.
Yeah, so all sage advice. I'll add this as well. Community coming together is very important. And it's always been important, but in times like this, it gets heightened, right? So your network is your net worth, and lean into that. Secondly, there's a lot of disruption going on. AI really has not, artificial intelligence really hasn't been adopted across the board. And I believe there's a lot more disruption coming. So with that, you have to make sure that you've sharpened your skills. You know where the puck is going. The old Wayne Gretzky, I believe, his quote. And again, being proactive and not reactive. For some of you, with a lot of experience, public speaking, being able to communicate well, get a microphone, use your cell phone. If you really want to step up your game, get a Shure mic, Rode boom arm, a nice camera, a teleprompter. Do what it is that you've been doing at work and start to create a different stream of income that's not necessarily tied to another source, diversification is the key. I think that's a direction that a lot of us need to embrace. Not everybody, it's not for everybody because it's simple, but it's not easy. But a lot of you that have that muscle to get up and go to work and deal with a lot of things, you have a lot to offer that you may not realize is valuable. So again, that's what the community could help bring out. A couple of other practical things, especially if you were hop on the horse making money. Pride is a very dangerous thing. Deal with it. I deal with it with myself and making sure I'm humbling myself because I want the Lord, the Most High, to exalt me and make sure I'm not doing it myself, because when you do, you're not able to see things, right? And so you may have to apply for some benefits as far as food is concerned. Do all you can, tap into all the resources that a lot of your tax dollars or taxes for whatever state you've been living in are going towards. Put your pride to the side so that you can get help, right? You're the type of people that need help, meaning that it's just a bridge for a certain period of time until you can right the ship, get back on your feet. And preferably, we never have to do those things. But if we do, we don't need to allow pride to help us expedite our demise because we're worrying about what other people think. Trust me, most what you see on this screen, whatever screen you're watching it on, is disingenuous and not true. And I mean that respectfully. There you have it, guys. If you have any other solutions, comments, things that we can use if you find yourself in this situation, regardless of gender or nationality, put them in the comment section, because as the community, as the tide rises, everybody that has a boat in the community, we benefit from it. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, guys, let's be good to one another. Let us let grace abound. And watch this video right here, right up here before you guys leave. And until the next time, indeed, y'all stay blessed.